music for movies?
It's actually pretty easy to come up with the ideas for melodies to go with the movie, or at least it comes natural to me, which is why I like to do it. The actual process of physically scoring to every scene and timing it out and doing everything to the clock is a pain in the ass.
Que en realidad es bastante fácil porque lo único que tiene que hacer es adaptar qué tipo de melodías quedarían para cada cuadro o para cada escena.
So I like to come up with the music and then work with somebody who is really good at timing it to make sure that the beginning of the reel, and everything starts and ends perfect.
Que en realidad lo que le interesa es trabajar con alguien que en realidad detecte cuándo debe iniciar esa pista y que quede al final exactamente para que embone completo.
Hola, venimos de Sugar Magazine y yo quiero saber cómo afectó a Slash personalmente esta transición desde Guns N' Roses, Red Velvet, hasta llegar a los cines, pero ¿qué cambió en ti personalmente para que dijeras, bueno, de la música al cine?
What really impulsed you, or how did it affect you moving from Guns N' Roses and then Velvet Revolver to now take the business of the movie industry?
Yeah, it doesn't really have anything to do with it.
En realidad no tiene nada que ver con
Yeah, I'm still in the band, so it's just something else,
que sigue estando en la banda, así que es algo más.
Hi again, Slash. As a rock star, we see you as a very tough man, but have you ever watched a horror movie that has took your sleep away?
That what?
Has really stolen your sleep.
No, there's a lot of books though. A lot of scary books that have kept me up all night.
Can you please tell us a book or two that has done this effort to you, please?
Well, recently I read a book called Harvest Home.
Que recientemente leyó Harvest Home.
I can't remember the name of the author now.
No recuerdo el nombre del autor,
And then I just read, I'm reading a book of short stories from Clive Barker right now called Books of Blood, which I think everybody knows. Which
está
is,
leyendo libros de Clive Barker,
yeah, that's been keeping me up a lot.
que lo ha estado manteniendo despierto bastante.
Hi Slash again, welcome back. Adrián Muñoz, Atmósferas Magazine. Yo quiero saber, y hablando nuevamente de leyendas, Slash es una leyenda, ¿cómo visualizas tu vida en una película?
She's talking about legends, and because you are a legend in yourself, how do you picture yourself? You are a legend in yourself. How do you picture yourself?
¿Cómo visualizas su vida en una película?
How do you picture yourself or your life in a movie?
I don't.
Thank you. ¿Otra pregunta? Yo quisiera hacer una por acá. Hay un mexicano nominado al Oscar trabajando contigo en la película. ¿Nos podrías decir específicamente cuál fue el trabajo de Michael Izalde en los efectos especiales?
There's a Mexican nominee there working in your movie. Martin Izalde? Yes. How did you?
¿Cuál fue el trabajo?
What was his work in special effects in your movie? Michael Izalde.
What's the question? What was he doing in the movie?
Yes, what was he doing? How was his work?
It was good. The quality of the work is good.
La calidad de su trabajo es muy buena.
Okay. ¿Alguien más? Jorge.
Por acá, ya incursionando en cine y habiendo tantas industrias en el mercado, de hecho ya participó en un videojuego, ¿le gustaría o ha habido propuestas de musicalizar algún videojuego más o incluso producirlo?
Do you have any plans in starting up the music for a new video game or even producing one?
For somebody else's video?
Yes.
No. Are you sure that's the question?
Yes, for video games.
To direct or produce somebody else?
Sorry, produce a video. No estoy interesado.
¿Le gustaría?
Would you like to?
Are you talking about a movie or?
Yes, no, about video games.
Any video game.
Video
Any
games.
video
Yes,
Oh.
video games, like Guitar Hero that you
See, that's a different question. I don't have anything going on in video games at the moment. So, but if something came up that was really interesting, then yeah, I'm always open.
No tiene ningún plan, pero está abierto a que sea la otra musicalización de otro videojuego.
Si ya comenzó con la gira de su nuevo disco y cómo está yendo, si tiene planeado aquí en México hacer más presentaciones.
Have you started with your last two? And if you're planning to set up any show here in Mexico as well?
Are we planning on touring?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll be here next year.
El próximo año estarán aquí.
Talking about his last question about having movies with about your life, have you ever considered about that? Having a movie about your life, because actually people always starving, to know what happened with your childhood and how did you grow up and things like that. Always when you have a lot of fans and movies as you.
It's come up many times. I'm just uncomfortable doing something like that. Having somebody make a movie about your own personal story, there's a feeling of self-importance that I don't like about that. So I haven't greenlit a story about me.
Ha surgido la idea, pero le parece bastante incómodo y como que no le atrae mucho hacer una historia de su vida.
Raúl Ortiz de la revista Cine y Más. Slash, nos estaban platicando que el proceso de conseguir el financiamiento fue algo largo, fue algo laborioso, aún usando tu propio nombre, y que tú te involucraste directamente en él. Cuéntanos un poco de esta historia, por favor.
Like, they have heard that financing or funding the movie was quite long and that you were involved in even entering there. Just so they want to know if you really put part of your money in it.
I didn't put any of my own money in that.
And he says that even though that you had a hard time trying to collect a little bit funding, despite being famous.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. We had a hard time raising money for it, but I knew better than to put my own money in.
Sí, tuvieron un tiempo difícil para colectar el dinero, pero si no consideró poner de su propio dinero. How long did it take you collecting all that money?
Roughly, I'd say the better part of a year.
La mayor parte del año.
Bueno, quiero saber si tiene planeado, si está produciendo música para películas de terror con Nicolas O'Toole o Miles Kennedy, para slasher films u otras productoras fílmicas.
If you have plans to continue producing music for movies with Nicolas O'Toole, with Nick O'Toole.
To score more, maybe, we'll see. He's great, so it could definitely happen again.
Seguramente pasará de nuevo.
Tenemos tiempo para dos preguntas. ¿Alguien tiene? Por ahí.
Hello, Juan Carlos Garcia from the Former Newspaper. Well, there are so many people that they are trying to do horror films right now. Guillermo del Toro, a Mexican director, is very famous for that. Guillermo del Toro. Who do you consider is the leader in these kind of films, and who do you admire in this genre?
I'm not sure I totally understood all that. Would I consider
who do you consider
working
is
with
the
Guillermo
leader?
del Toro?
Or
Fuck yeah, I love him.
Sí, pero he wants to know if there's any other director that you, considering just the standard of incursioning in the new market of horror films.
Well, I mean, we talk about James Wan all the time. There's a couple directors out there. There's a list of directors that aren't necessarily even horror directors that are really good, that are very good at translating a horror story. So it really depends on the story itself, who you want to go to.
Que hay una vasta lista de directores incursionando en ese género, no precisamente en películas de horror, pero que sí es muy diferente y que necesitan entrar en ello.
¿Una pregunta por allá?
Desde acá atrás, to the back. Hi, Ninochka Aguilar de Prensa Escenario. Tengo dos preguntas. La primera es, ¿qué opinas de México? ¿Cuántas veces has venido y qué más te gusta de nuestra comida? Y la segunda es, ¿con qué grupos rockeros mexicanos te gustaría echar el palomazo? En la noche van a estar varios grupos mexicanos. ¿Con quién te gustaría tocar? Gracias.
The first one is if you like Mexico, what have you eaten and what places have you visited, and if you like it overall. And question number two, if there is any other Mexican rock band that you would like to play informally just for a gig.
Well, you know, I love Mexico, so
Me encanta México.
we had a great dinner last night, but I can't remember the name of the restaurant.
No voy a recordar el nombre del restaurante, pero cenaron
Dulce Patria.
What?
Dulce Patria.
Dulce
Dulce
what?
Patria.
Dulce Patria.
Very good.
And your favorite food?
The what?
Is there a favorite food, Mexican food that you
A favorite Mexican food? I just like Mexican food.
En general, si gusta comer mexicano.
And what was the last part of the question?
If there is any other rock band in Mexico, Mexican rock band that you would like to play a gig with.
You know, I'm not familiar with any current Mexican rock
No
bands.
está familiarizado con ninguna banda de rock mexicano.
Bueno, pues muchas gracias. Vamos a darle un aplauso para despedir a Slash. El 26 de junio, jueves. Muchas gracias. Gracias.